Hello, my little yarnivores and spiderettes and arachnids. Fiber Spider back again with another tutorial just for you. And as you can see, this piece is a work in progress, but it is so lovely I just couldn't wait to share it with you guys. This is a super simple knit chevron stitch, and it is done in the garter, so it is completely reversible. And it is a 1-row repeat, yes, and it's very, 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 very easy to do. Now, yes, it looks a little bit fiddly right now because it's still on the cable, but it is so awesome. I love this, and I'm going to show you how to do it. All you need to do is get some knitting needles. I have my piece on circulars because it's my preferred choice, although they don't have to be particularly long if you're doing a scarf. Of course, if you're doing a blanket or a wrap, you're going to want a longer cord. And also, I would strongly suggest getting some rings, some stitch markers. They could be the kinds that are an enclosed ring, or you could use the ones that open up. Either or is fine. And all you need for this stitch really is knits, knit 2 togethers, and knit a KFB, which is knitting the front and back. So it's a simple increase, a simple decrease. It's so easy. I love it. Also, this piece, by the way, I did in the colorway of, it was Lion Brand Ice Cream in the colorway of Moon Mist. And I love the transition. You know, it was not planned this way, but oh my God, it worked out so great, don't you think? All right, so what you're going to need to do is cast on a multiple of 12 stitches. And I did 5 multiples, and I separated each multiple by a little stitch marker. And I'm going to put a link in the description box down below how to do a cast on. For this, I did a long tail cast on. And so I'm going to put a link for the long tail cast on, as well as a link for binding off as well. And that way I can just show you the good stuff. All right, so cast on your multiple of 12 stitches, and let's get into it, shall we? All right. All right, so once you have your cast on of a multiple of 12 stitches, you know, it's really the same thing, you know, as what I have here. It's just I've got a bit of a piece worked up. You're going to go in and knit the first 5 stitches, just as you normally would. One, two, 3, 4, 5. All right, so you've got 5 knit stitches. Then knit the next 2 stitches together. So you go in like so, and you knit these 2 together. Real simple. Knit the next 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then on that last stitch that you have left over, knit a KFB. So you're going into the front, bring a loop up, and then keeping the yarn on there, going into the back of that same stitch, and bring a loop up, and then off. There you go. So when you knit the KFB, it compensates for the knitting 2 together, so you should still have 12. So you've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Perfect. and then just slip your stitch marker from the one needle to the next, and then do the same thing over again. So you would knit the first 5, one, 2, 3, 4, 5, knit the next 2 together. Also, sometimes it does help if you sort of prime the stitches a little bit. I do that often. And you go in and you knit these 2 together. Then knit the next 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then do another KFB, which is knit the front, and then knit the back of that same stitch. And up, and then off. And then move the stitch marker once again. And just keep doing the exact same thing as wide as your piece is. And I mean, there are tons of variations of this, like the feather and fan, and I think there was another one I did, the fern stitch. You know, there's a lot of variations. A lot of them are more stockinette oriented, where you're purling on one side and you're creating eyelets and so on and so forth. Now those are nice too, don't get me wrong, but this one is so easy. I instantly fell in love with it because you guys know I love the garter stitch. Very much so. Sorry, I've got my 5. Now I need to knit the next 2 together. Now there are certain stitches that I totally gravitate towards, the garter stitch being one of them because it's so simple. Right, now I knit the next 4. Just like with crocheting, I gravitate toward the granny stitch. And 4. And then the next one's going to be a KFB. So knitting the front, and then going into the same stitch, going into the back, and off. Move your ring, and then knit the next 5. Now this piece that I'm currently working on, I would say is just really, it's a wide scarf, and because this yarn is a weight of 3, doing a wide scarf I think was a good choice because it's light and it's so beautiful. Oh my gosh, these colors. And the zigzag of the chevron, it just, love it. All right, so I got my 5. Now I have to knit the next 2 together. Be a little bit fiddly sometimes, but we persevere with persistence. And then knit the next 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then do another KFB. So knit into the front, and then go into the back. And off. Move your ring. And then knit the next 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Knit the next 2 together. Knit 4, or just knitting until the last stitch in this case. And this last stitch, do a KFB. Knit through the front, and then knit through the back. Up and off. Ta-da! And then you would turn your work and do the exact same thing every row. It's that easy. So I'm going to lay it out for you and be right back. Absolutely love it. Now also, there are variations that you can do to this piece, just like in a previous video where I did a review on how to do the Noro striped scarf, where you alternate doing 2 rows of one color and then do 2 rows of another color and switching off back and forth. That would also be really great. Whether you're using this yarn or another kind of yarn, really, what have you. So you can incorporate stripes as well, and I'll put a link to that video in the description box down below as well, just so you have more ideas as to all the wonderful different things and variations that you can do with this particular stitch. And I really hope that you liked this tutorial, and if you did, show your support. Give me a little thumbs up button down below, because this, I had to share this. I know I'm not done with it, not by a long shot, but I couldn't resist. I wanted so much to show you just how easy it is, and it's so much fun. And also, if you haven't done so already, please hit subscribe, because I do try to post videos as often as I can, whether it's knitting, crocheting, audiobook narration, or also please do visit my other YouTube channel, Fiber Spider Games, where I do video game playthrough and commentary. And also, please do check out my new Etsy store. I'm going to put a link in the description box as well. I know, so many links, so little time, right? Where I've got a bunch of items up right now and more to come. So until next time, my dears, I want all of you to stay inspired, stay caffeinated, and above all, stay stitching. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.